Hello everyone, welcome back to the Angel Wisdom channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm going to be doing the reading this week for the elemental sign of air. That sign consists of Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. I'm going to start with the overall theme of the week, and I'm going to be using this card deck here. I'm going to be leaving a description below of the cards that I'll be used in this reading, if you're interested. Okay, so let's start with the week of August 4th through August 10th. I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm going to ask, while I'm shuffling, for guidance and direction for this upcoming week for the elemental sign of air. What is the message you would have come through the week of August 4th through August 10th for the air signs? Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay. We have this card, which is the Balancing Act card, but it's in reverse. Alright, so let's put that out for now. I'm going to set this deck aside. And I'm going to pull the cards for the week using this deck here. Alright, God, what is the message you would have come through for the week of August 4th through August 10th for the elemental air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini? What is the message that you would have come through this week? We got our first card for Monday and Tuesday. Dear God, what message would you have come through for the week of August 4th through 10th? We have our second card, which is a major arcana card for Wednesday and Thursday. And then for the weekend, God, we have for the week August 4th through August 10th for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Alright, so our overall theme of the week is balancing act. And let me get the message for this card for you. Balancing act in reverse. The message for this card is, this is a time when it's important to address the areas of your life where there is discord. Are you fixated on getting your own way? Are you obsessed with one thing, neglecting essential matters that require your attention? Taking your own inventory is a necessary step toward rebalancing your life, and it's the only way to reach an equitable solution. Adjust yourself to the conditions of your environment that you have no control over, and balance will come much more easily. If there is to be fairness, it must come from you. Okay, so it asks a good question here. Are you fixated on getting your own way with things? Is your way the only way in and out of a situation? If it doesn't occur the way you want it to, then it can't be right. The message here is to take a closer look at that so that you can start releasing what's holding you back from actually getting you what you want. Now, to start the week, we have the Six of Air card. And this card says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So you've been through a situation recently, mostly a mind trip, where you're telling yourself that things are not possible because they are not happening the way that you expect them to. You are trying to control things that are not within your control. And this card is saying that regardless of your need to control things, things are going to happen. Things are going to move, and you're going to be so much happier for it if you just release and allow. You are not allowing things to happen as they're supposed to. You can't control everything because everything is not in your control. But if you allow, by first asking for what you want and then letting all parties involved do their part, then the outcome you're looking for, the movement you're looking for, is going to be happening for you this week. In the beginning of the week, you'll take note of that. Now, as we get to the middle of the week, we have the Queen of Air. The Queen of Air is one of those types of people who knows how to get rid of what doesn't serve her any longer. She's not going to sit around and put up with a whole bunch of BS because that's what's expected of her. If that's not helpful to her personally, meeting her agenda, meeting her goals, she is going to recognize its non-usefulness for her and in her agenda, and she's going to get rid of it. She's very objective in her decision making. She knows, like I said, how to clear away what no longer serves her, and she sees things with a sense of humor. She's not taking it seriously, and that's why she can remove herself from it and be objective rather than subjective to everything that's going on around. And that's what you're being asked to do. That's also what's being, said with the card from Six of Air. In order to move forward, you have got to leave some things behind, let go of what doesn't serve you in order to reach your goal. You can't bring all that baggage that's tied to you with you. You're going to have to let some of it go, cut ties, so you can move forward. That's a mental strife or impasse for you that you're going to have to make a decision on. Am I going to go towards my goals and succeed, or am I going to allow this to keep me from moving forward? Now, towards the end of the week, we have the Five of Earth. Now, 5 cards are about conflict, challenge, and change. The message here is that you have fears surrounding money. You must have the wisdom to accept help from others. And if you're trying to do anything now, like start a business of your own, this may not be the perfect time for you to do so. There are some things going on behind the scenes that still need to be adjusted, and now may not be the time for you to get started. But it is a good time to take a look at your resources and see what's going for you and what's not. Make a list of pros and cons of, just be very, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but you need to take a closer look at what you have versus what you want and what you need to achieve it. So if you're planning on going out this weekend and to have a little fun, you're going to spend some money, think about not only what it's going to cost you for the time this weekend, but what other financial goals do you have that spending more than you should this weekend is going to do for those goals. So everything needs to be put into balance in order for you to achieve your goals. No one's trying to stop you from having fun and doing what you need to do. Just recognize that some amount of give and take, balancing of things is going to have to happen in order for you to reach your goals, whatever your goal may be. Right now you're in a state of thinking about these things more than anything because you're trying to figure out everything involved, including the financial aspect of it. But just spend more time. Writing would be helpful if you ask me. Write down your thoughts on this. Make lists. Make pros and cons lists. Make whatever type of list that would help serve your purpose. This versus that. Whatever you need to do so that you can get to the position of balancing. So I'm also going to pull a card about your general health for this week. I'm going to use these Archangel Raphael cards. Alright, God, give me a message for the elemental sign of air for the week of August 4th through August 10th. What message do you have for them regarding their general well-being and health and what they can do to improve things for themselves the week of August 4th through August 10th? Okay, I have the card, Second Opinion. It says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, guide me to the best healthcare professionals for this situation. Now, this goes without saying that if you're seeing a doctor and they've given you some type of diagnosis that you doubt, then by all means, you have a right to seek a second opinion about it so that you can get the best treatment possible. If you're not seeing a doctor, it could just mean that something that you're doing to self-diagnose yourself may not be the right thing for you, and you may need to do more research. Like if you're into natural health remedies, like you may be using something that you read might be helpful to you, but you're not seeing a change. Take that as a message that you need to look elsewhere, find something else, go deeper. But you can, find another solution, and that's what you need to realize. Now, is there any type of, and I use these flower therapy cards to try and help people as well, like what kind of flowers can you bring around you to help heal this situation? And the flower that comes up is crocus. Let me make sure I'm looking at this right, because I have a reflection on here that's making it hard for me to see. Crocus, and it says, share your wisdom with others. You were born to teach. You are a spiritual teacher. Okay, so let me think on this for a minute. What is that saying to you about this week? It says that you're spending a lot of time in your head, and a lot of the analysis that you're doing is going to be helpful to you, as I said, in reaching your goals, but you're learning a lot in this process. And maybe if you shared your opinion, going back to this second opinion part, instead of seeking opinion, you could try offering it to someone else and be of assistance to them, because sometimes when we're helping other people, we get a different perspective, and that opens us up to more information and ideas than we thought possible, because we're pretty limited in what we understand. Maybe another's perspective could be helpful to you. So in being a spiritual teacher and sharing your wisdom, you could receive that in return, and it can help open you up and take you in another direction. Okay, I have one more thing I want to do for you all, and that is to ask you to ask the question. Whatever the question is, I don't know, whatever you want it to be. And what I'm going to do is go through a guide for the Advanced Soul book, and I'm just going to randomly choose a page and offer you some insight. And hopefully that insight is something that you can think on and get a deeper meaning for yourself and an answer to your question. So let me just randomly go through and pull up some information. Air signs for the week of August 4th through August 10th. Message for air signs for the week of August 4th through August 10th. Message for air signs for the week of August 4th through August 10th. Okay, and the message I'm getting is, as the springs return, regardless of time or man, so is hope. Sometimes, but a tiny bud has to push up through the hard shell of circumstance to reach the light of accomplishment. Do not give up hope. And that was written by Dorothy Miller Cole. Okay, so I hope you're analyzing this. If you need to rewind and play it again to get the full saying, then do so. And just let those words sit and marinate, and let whatever needs to come up for you come up for you. Okay? So I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope to see you again for the next reading. Thank you for tuning in. If you like the message, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share it. See you again.